Jai Guruji, good to be back again. And there is always more to speak about when it comes to Guruji and life, our karmic destination, and making new resolutions and coming to reconciliations and new determinations. So with Guruji, it's all learning. We are in this school of Guruji together. And in this, there are many classrooms. And Guruji himself used to say, everybody's in, who's in what class, I know, I'm aware. So we don't have to think about who's evolving, who's not. We need to focus on our individual journey. And that is absolutely imperative in today's world where the Sangat is growing exponentially. It is growing so much that there are no comparisons here. It is only, like Guruji said, your individual journey, soul to soul, make your direct connection. Because there are many, as I say, many mouths and many different narratives. So everyone will have their own interpretations and their own permutations about how to do stuff when it comes to Guruji. And with Guruji, there's no superstitions. There are certainly no rituals. Just a few days ago, in fact, speaking about no superstitions and no rituals. Why? Because Guruji is a practical guru. And he said himself that there is, what I see your intention, and action follows intention. So if intention is pure, then your action will have to be pure. So just a few days ago, I got a call and they said that, one Sangat is saying that the darbar has to be set in a certain way, facing east, and satsang can only happen on Mondays and Thursdays. So this is limiting our Guruji. This is truly limiting our Guruji. Because every day of the week is God's days, first and foremost. And then there's no superstition which direction the darbar should be. Because every direction you go, or your face, is God is there. God is omnipresent. And most important, God is present in our hearts, in our souls. So this journey is the journey of the soul. It is more to do with the soul than the body. The body has to be taken care of because it is our temple. And Guruji used to, in fact, give us cues for taking care of it, that drink more water, eat less, go for walks. He was very big on keeping fit. And it is important to take ownership of our bodies and to take care of it because it is the temple that houses the divine that resides within us. That is there to be awakened by our Guru. The Guru that resides within us has to be awakened also by our Guru. So Guruji is outside of us and he's within us. So without further ado, it has to start with the session with a satsang, and then, his teachings kind of weave into the satsang. So first and foremost, I would like to really stress on this point that there's no superstitions, no rituals. Guruji himself is a very practical guru. He shows us in our daily lives his presence, and he shows us that I'm hand-holding you and I'm taking you exactly where you need to be. He's brought us from there to here, and now he'll take us from here to there also. So know that he's trust in him and trust in his timing. So in today's world, which Guruji had preordained many moons ago, 20 odd years ago, and he said, there's going to be very difficult times ahead. He said there's going to be showers of depression, cancer, and divorce. So depression has become rampant around us. It has become a challenge to keep the mental health in check. But with Guruji in our lives, we must remind ourselves, and it must become an affirmation for us that I am too blessed to be stressed. I am too blessed to be stressed. So reminding ourselves that we have Guruji in our lives, and therefore we can conquer any battle. We can overcome any challenge because he gives us the strength, the fortitude, he gives us the wisdom, and he gives us the patience and the calmness to go through the storm. Once we can go through any storm in our lives, and storms are inevitable, as I always say, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So pain is inevitable of some kind, physical, emotional. Today, someone in your life can hurt you. Someone who is very, very dear to you and close to you can hurt you through their actions, through their words, through simply just ignoring you. And that can hurt immensely. But what I would like to stress upon, don't let your soul get tarnished by anyone's words, anyone's actions. Ask yourself, is it really so important what they said for my soul growth? Whatever they have said, does this serve my soul? Does this serve my spiritual evolution? Does it serve me, my growth? Because if it doesn't, then there and then, turn the hurt into heal. How do we do that? Guruji again has given us the tools. When we are hurting, and it happens to all of us, we are hurting and we are replaying the dialogue of the other person who's hurt us, and we are replaying that scene in our minds, and we are hurting even more. We're allowing that hurt to penetrate us until it goes and settles and tarnishes our soul. But if we stop it there, and how do we stop it? We turn the hurt into heal by sitting, maybe feeling the emotion. Of course, we have to not deny the emotion. We feel the emotion and we start reciting the mantra jap. When we do the mantra jap, any mantra that's been given by our guru, it evokes that divine energy within us. So therefore, it's very important to keep reciting the mantra jap that evokes the divine energy. And that divine energy then gives us strength, gives us courage, gives us a fortitude to let go and let God. To send love and healing light, first of all, to ourselves, which is anyway healing us by evoking the divine energy within us, and then sending that love and light unconditionally to the person who has hurt us. So people will hurt. So pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. So the suffering does not happen if we convert the pain into pleasure, in the sense that we turn it into prayer. Prayer eventually leads to pleasure, because if eventually that prayer becomes pleasurable, peaceful, and it becomes what we want it to become, to be in harmony with all the elements around us and within us. So this brings about harmony. I recall when I was diagnosed with the breast cancer the first time, I was, of course, treated. I had courage from Guruji and his teachings. I used to read the Shiv Puran regularly. I was doing the mantra jap, and I was going through the motion of having breast cancer, getting it treated without too much emotion. I had detached myself from the emotion because Guruji taught me to surrender to the situation. I couldn't change the situation. The only thing I could change was my attitude towards the situation. So my attitude became positive. It was almost grateful that Guruji, while I'm still reasonably young, I was 42, 43, that it's happened now when I'm 42, 43, and I still have the resilience, I have the strength, and I still have the power to bounce back. So this cancer's come at a time, and when my faith is absolutely indomitable, infallible. Faith is the key here. Faith that I will go through this storm and come out calm. Faith that I will learn my lesson here, learn it, and I will grow from it. So nothing comes to us, no storm comes to us in vain. It comes to teach us something. People who hurt us are just mirroring something that needs to change within us. So if somebody is judging us verbally, criticizing us verbally, or blaming us, we must not react. We must respond by not responding. Your silence is the greatest and the most powerful response that you can give the other person, and then move that criticism towards yourself and introspect, reflect, and see where we need to make the change within ourselves. Sometimes that criticism comes as a mirror to show us what we need to change within ourselves. Maybe the lesson is detachment. Maybe the lesson is empowerment, self-empowerment, where we are less dependent on others and more independent and more comfortable being who we are, comfortable in our skins, being comfortable even alone and not being dependent on having people around us all the time, not expecting too much from others, and simply accepting and loving others as they are. It's very hard because when we love ourselves, and we love ourselves to the point where we become totally independent and totally empowered and comfortable to be ourselves, to be our authentic selves, we can be anywhere and with anyone or with no one. We are just comfortable. And when we're comfortable and we have no expectations from others, then that is the greatest power that we can hold for ourselves. We can walk tall with our shoulders back, with our chin up, and feel at home with ourselves and feel at home wherever we are. These are all Guruji's teachings. Ultimately, teaches us detachment, teaches us no expectation. Be comfortable with yourself and learn to switch the pain into pleasure, the hurt into heal. Whatever we are feeling, the low into high, we can switch. Like the remote control of a TV, when we switch programs, we can switch our emotions from negative to positive. Because we have Guruji. We sit and read the Shiv Puran, one chapter, like he said, paro. Samjho nahi, zaruri nahi hai, paro. Just read. You don't have to understand it, comprehend it. Just read it. When we read it, our energy shifts. When we sit in a satsang, our energy again shifts. When we share a satsang or hear a satsang, it again shifts our vibration, brings us on a higher frequency. So it is so beautiful. We are in this bubble, Guruji's bubble. He's really shielding us. He's our guiding light, guiding force. And we must embrace that. We must remind ourselves every day, every moment, that Guruji is with us and there is no task too hard or no mountain too high that we cannot climb. No mountain that is insurmountable, no challenge that is too high for us to overcome. So Guruji's grace is immense, but we must learn to count our blessings. We must always have a thankful heart. Like they say, a thankful heart attracts infinite blessings. So always be grateful. But to be grateful, we must live in heightened self-awareness. And when we're in awareness, we even understand our mood swings, our emotions. We understand, oh, I'm feeling low. When I'm feeling low, I pick up the phone, I go for coffee with a friend, we speak about God, we speak about spirituality, we may share a satsang, and my frequency changes, the energy changes. We have the power to do that. Guruji has given us the power because God is within us. And we must remember that God is within us, the God force is within us. The God force is driving our lives. And when that God force is driving our lives, we can maneuver it in the direction that is most beneficial to us, which expresses self-love, not self-doubt, self-love. When we love God, he teaches us self-love. Guruji taught us, be God-loving, not God-fearing. We only fear God when we are in darkness, when we are not in alignment with his teachings. When he said there are no superstitions, there are no rituals, there are no do's and don'ts, only be a good human being. He said, be a decent human being, do good, be kind to every kind, do good wherever you can do good. He said, without any kind of exhibiting your charity, do charity. And when we do charity, when we do our service for others, then our vibration shifts and we move closer to the light. The most important lesson Guruji has taught me is don't let your soul be tarnished. In today's world where there is negativity all around, we listen to the news and we absorb that negative energy. It tarnishes us. So don't let it permeate. Let it just stay here and then remove it. Remove it by converting it. When we convert it, it disperses. Every energy can disperse with our effort. We must make that effort to be better, not bitter. So do good, be good, do the charity, do the service, whatever service resonates with your soul. And do good anyway. Even if people around you are not good, you do good anyway. Because you have to build your karmic account, good karmic account. And live in alignment with your Guru's teachings. They are so simple. Simplicity and spirituality. These are two things that Guruji taught us. But there's no need to complicate the simplicity. Don't make it complex. कि east में होना चाहिए दरबार. The east, the darbar, your Guru's darbar has to face the east. Or you can only do satsangs on Mondays and Thursdays. Every day is God's day. Satsang can happen every day. We can remember God any time of day. In fact, that's what he said. That's what he advocated. That you go, while we're going about our day's duties, responsibilities, while we're doing our dharma, do your karma. While we are performing our duties, remember me, love me. Just chat with me, converse with me. And I'm always there. He proves it. He validates it. He endorses it. So we don't need to fear because God is always near. He is within us and with us. So what is there to fear? Mental health today has become a big issue. He said there will be showers of depression. But we don't need to let that darkness permeate us. Whenever darkness is permeating us, let us light the candle of love before his Sarup and let that light permeate us till we draw closer to the light. These are very practical teachings of Guruji. And there is really no complexities there. They're very practical. And Gurujis used to say this very often, I'm a practical guru. So when he himself has said, I'm a practical guru, then why are we making it impractical? When he said, I've simplified religion, why are we making it complicated? There is no need. Keep it simple. Do the service, the seva, do the part, the Simran, which is Om Namah Shivaya, Shivji Sada Sahai, and then do whatever he has asked you to do. It's an individual journey, soul to soul. The cancer, whether it was my cancer, whether it was my divorce, whether it was my autoimmune disease, COVID taught me so much to again detach not only from negativity, but also from my own body, because that COVID was really hit hard because I had underlying issues. And because of my underlying issues, the COVID was a big challenge. And I would be lying in bed, and I remember the only thing that gave me solace was playing Guruji's Shabad Gurbani. So the Gurbani is the blessed Gurbani by Guruji. And so again, it does not have to be contaminated by the bhajans that we want to play. It's important that we understand that that is medicine and that has healing powers. The Gurbani that is being blessed by Guruji has true healing powers. And that is what brought me back to my feet. I was back on my feet because while I was in bed, I used to listen to the Gurbani, listen to the mantra jap, and consume the langar prasad that was sent to me by the mandir. So these are the healing tools of today's Kali Yuga. where Kalyugi, the air of Kalyug is challenging, but it does not have to, it just can brush us past us, but it doesn't have to permeate us. It does not have to bring our frequency and our vibration down. It can be just be a passing breeze if we are upright always. If we are strong and sturdy, we can march forward without totally being unaffected by the air of Kali. So faith is the most, I would say, most powerful tool we have today. So use it wisely and be in gratitude every moment and be God loving always. Know that He's not in the yonder, but He's here and we can speak to him anytime. He's always available to us. So, Jai Guruji, thank you and have faith. Keep the spirits high and know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So stay positive, stay happy, and stay healthy. Jai Guruji.